with one guy standing in an Iron Man shirt. Excellent job, guys. Excellent job. If I had musical talent, I'd probably share the same thing. Speaking of talent, one thing that I'd like to say, anybody following the Olympics? That's right. I don't, but I just hope somebody could tell me the stats after. One thing that's... Hey, how you doing? You know what? You were damn good. I like your shirt. So, you know... Who shushed everybody? Hey, people can talk. This is a family environment, young man. You know what's really incredible about the Olympics? Now, I'm favoring USA, but China, they're doing pretty damn good. And you know why they're doing really well? It's simply because they built all the equipment. It's true. Now, on top of it all, I mean, what's weird about it is that I'm impressed by China because they use like the same person for every event. No. Oh, okay, well they don't. But the Olympics is officially sponsored by McDonald's. So, I mean, if you want to think for a minute, when in China, you know, they're having McDonald's and the little kid opens up the Happy Meal, looks at the toy, and looks at mommy and goes, "Mommy, look, I made this." The next thing that's actually incredibly interesting is the fact that picking out a girl is a lot like a magazine subscription. You get the first 3 issues for free, but the rest you definitely have to pay for.
$5.
We all have issues. You gotta pay for all mine. Let's see here. Hey bud, your eyes look really nice. Let's see. You know, every time you get up here, you get a little bit of nervous jitters because you kind of forget everything that comes to mind. So I'm going to cheat sheet it and look at my phone because I didn't prepare fully as much as everybody else. One thing I want to do in life that's actually something everybody else should do. I mean, if you have a job and you're happy with it, you're comfortable with it, what you need to do is you need to go have a fake interview. You need to create a fake resume that says that you are the man or woman. And you need to go up there and you sit down with the interview and you look them in the eye. You slide forward casually your resume, and it's going to say that you graduated from Harvard, you have a PhD, you got X, Y, and Z and everything they want. And you sit there and you look them in the eye, and they go, "So tell me, what are the qualities that you can bring to this company?" And you say, "Well, I really like to ride on unicorns and I can fly a spaceship." You want to put the pressure on them. The best thing to do is look like a jackass in an interview because there's nothing better than doing what you want to do and actually doing it. You know, in the middle of the interview, you just sit there and just go, "Okay," and he goes, "So here's a little bit about the company." When he's talking to you, or she, you start unbuttoning your pants and you just stare them in the eye and you just start to lower it down. Then somebody happens to walk into the interview and you're just like, "He made me do it! He made me do it! I didn't want to do anything, but he's forcing me to do stuff to get this job." No, I didn't do anything. You get him fired, you take his job. Yeah. Now who's interviewing? Bitch. Right? Let's see. I really want to look at notes because it's better. Otherwise it's going to... Hey, who's the guy out there who actually thought of, for men's health reasons, you know, he wants to help save lives, but who's the guy who thought of prostate exams? You know, there's a group of people who got together and they thought, "Man, I cannot wait to release this to people." Like, so how do you want to check it? Let's just make people get fingers in their ass. You know, there's nothing else like that. So, a friend of mine, he went to go get a prescription for Xanax. And he's just like, "Man, you know, how do I do this?" So he sat down and he checked off on the list. One of his friends made up a different reason, but he looked and he saw frequent urination. So he's like, "Okay, cool. I'll just check that mark off, and then here we go." So he gets in the office and he goes, "So you're here for frequent urination?" And the guy goes, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's my problem. "How many times do you pee?" Like 11 times a day. "Oh, I don't think you need Xanax. I think you need a prostate exam." That did not end very well. The guy didn't get the Xanax, he just got a finger in his ass. And somewhere, the guy may be dead, rolling over in his grave, but he's just all like, "Oh my God! People get fingers in their ass just to check for their health." It's a beautiful thing. Has anybody ever noticed when you talk to your parents when you're somewhere near my age? I'm 28. Read at a 29-year-old level, or if I'm 19 according to certain people. But, hey, I'm mature. Otherwise I wouldn't be up here. When you talk to your parents, if you were to hear just your side of the conversation outside of who you are, it sounds a lot like really bad phone sex. You're just sitting there and you're just like, yeah, fuck me, yeah, I'm coming, yes, I'm coming, all right, I'm gonna come. You know, but the parents are just nagging you and stuff like that. But you know, everybody loves parents. Here's one thing that I'm going to talk about that's an absolutely true story that actually happened last night. And, well, it's kind of stupid, but it's so awesome. I work at a restaurant, and there was this girl that actually had sat in my section. Nobody in the restaurant liked her. She got fired for doing certain things to a manager's vehicle that you just don't do to somebody who employs you. And so she was being a bit of, yeah, you know, it rhymes with the word bitch. Oh no, that's the word. So she was just asking for this and that. That barbecue sauce just doesn't work. I would really like the stuff in the back. Whatever. So she's sitting right here. The headrest behind her is about, who gives a shit? So I go to clean up the table behind her, and as I'm there, my ass is right behind her head, and you know what? I just crop dusted her right there. I just... And she's just sitting there, she goes... And first of all, you shouldn't open your mouth, because that's probably not going to taste very good. But, so that girl, but you can't complain about that, you know, so I just got the stuff from that table and I walked away. At the end of the night, I get the receipt, and I flip it open, and I slide the receipt up. She had the audacity to write on the bottom of the receipt, "Don't fart on me again." Now, I don't know how she was able to ever complain about that. You can't really go up to the manager and be like, "This server farted on me." Well, you're sitting at a table with 2 children and another guy who's had beans, beer, and a lot of other beans. You can't point at me, who got 3 compliments from other people tonight, to say, "This guy farted on me." Really? Really? I don't really think you have any validation. But I'll tell you one thing, I put that up on my fridge last night when I got home. Woo! Random shout-outs. Let's see, what else am I going to amuse you with? Huh. You want to know a true story? Something you can Google right now while I'm talking, or you can do it after the show, is the fact that there was the inventor of the Segway. You know that the mall cops use to ride around like they're really going to do anything with it? The inventor of the Segway died riding a Segway. He was testing an off-road model, and I don't know, those things go like maybe 15 miles an hour max. I don't know, I haven't looked that up, but I know how he died. But just think, how can you be riding on that? He died falling off a cliff, creating an off-road model. So he's riding, I don't know at what point he's just like, "I gotta stop this thing! There's a cliff!" And he starts to fall. If you're gonna die, do something you love. Just don't make sure it's stupid. Yeah, I wouldn't want to die in a Segway. I don't know, Americans keep getting lazier and lazier. They got a Segway, they've got remotes, you've got like, I don't know, women. What? No, how do you think I get sandwiches? I even got a laugh from some women on that joke, really? That was like, where's all the men on here?
They're on a date.
They're on a date? You two look really cute together. So, I got a question. That was for you, Jesse. Great performance, by the way, bud. I love you, man. Let me get a chair.
Love you too, bro.
You look good. Why don't you back that ass up?
I'm sitting down.
Next thing I want to talk about, well, you know what? I got a question. So, is it okay that when a person is late to special ed class, is it okay to call them tardy? I mean, you're like, "Sorry, I'm late." You're late. I mean, I'm just wondering. I mean, would you really want to? What do you say? And you're like, "The bus driver," and then the bus driver can't make any jokes because, I mean, you just don't. You just can't, what do you say? What do you say? What does the person say? You can't send them to the office. You can't write them up and give them detention or whatever happens in school these days. I'm going to say everybody have a good night because I love these lights blinking on me. I want to thank you guys very much. You guys have a great night. Thank you.
For Sean.